Hey guys, today on Cause 3D, we're going to show you how to get rid of those nasty print lines that come straight off the bed. And we're going to turn this into this. Hey guys, I get a lot of people asking me about how I get my print lines out of my prints. And I've got a unique, newer way to do that. Now the old way involved either using XTC3D. It's a resin-based product. It's a great product and it works really well. But you got to mix it. It's messy. It's got a hardening time to it, so you really have to work through it pretty quick. The second thing is sanding apart, which I always sand all of my prints. And I chose this particular print because it was actually a failed print. It was printed probably on 0.3, so the details are fine, but it's a very rough piece. It was actually thrown in the recycle bin. But the next thing I typically do is after I sand it apart like this, is I would use my Bondo glazing and spot putty and do multiple coats of that, and 3 or 4 coats of that, and then I'd follow it up with my filler primer. Up to 6 or 7 coats of that, potentially sanding in between, and so on until you get it just to where you want it. But I've actually found that using your photosensitive resin, that if you have a resin printer, a lot of guys have this stuff laying around just because they have a resin printer. I've actually found that this stuff is fantastic for really speeding up the process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these parts real quick here, and I'm going to sand them down to show you how quick and easy this is. I'm going to start with my random orbit sander. That's typically what I like to use the most. I start with an 80 grit, usually work to a 150 grit, and then usually around a 200 grit, just depending, for the first initial pass to really get it cleaned up. So let's get started. Alright, so far all I've done is I've hit it really quickly with an 80 grit, and then I followed it up with a, I believe I did a 120 grit just for now. So we've knocked off all the big parts, and like I said, this piece was actually bound for the trash because it over extruded, so it has ridges all in it. It's almost unsalvageable, but it'll work great for our video today. So what we're going to do is just take some of our resin. We're not going to get crazy with it. We're going to brush it on as evenly as we possibly can. Trying not to get it into any, especially on this piece, I've got some ridges up here I want to keep out of. And when I say brush it on somewhat liberally, but you don't want runs in it, because if you get runs in it, you're going to have to turn around and sand down those runs and hide those. So you're going to want to do your best not to get runs in it. I'm just using a chip brush. It's a really cheap brush you can get from the hardware store. Usually cents on the dollar, so when I'm done with them, you can clean them off with alcohol if you want to. I've found that it's just easier to throw them away and grab another one when you're ready. You can use a smaller brush for larger projects. So that's it. That's all we've done. You can see how thin that actually is overall. So what we're going to do is set this down. We're going to go throw it into the UV light to cure. And once it's cured, in about 2 hours or so, we'll come back and see if we need to apply another coat. Probably not. We still are going to go back and resand this part. And then I always want to finish with my glazing and spot putty just because it helps me get that final finish on it. Super easy to sand. So get your scratches if you have any from the sandpaper, from the random orbit sand or anything like that. So we'll let this cure and we'll take a look at it here in just a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and sand up these pieces too so that we can show a comparison.
I've got you where I want you, now take control of me. The earth has made you perfect, come on and make me bleed. Yeah, you control me. I think about you almost all of the time. I want you now, I want you later on tonight.
Okay, so the resin has cured. When I filmed it, what you just saw when I was applying the resin, turns out the UV light that I normally use quit working on me, which is okay because it gives me an opportunity to tell you another important part about using this photosensitive resin as a filler. Once I cut the camera, I realized that UV light was busted, so I had to wait until the sun was out. So what I did was I just dipped these in my alcohol cleaner, so I was able just to clean off the resin that I showed previously on the video painting it on. So if you make a spill or you make a mistake or you get resin in a spot you don't want to have resin in, then what you can do is grab some 99 or 98% alcohol, clean it off, and you're back to square one, which is fine. So that's what I did. So I recoated them when the sun was out, and I left them outside while I was at work today. So they were out for about 4 hours or so in the sun, give or take. So this is where we are now. And most everything's filled in, but what we're going to do is we're going to sand it. And I'm just going to start with a 320 grit, just so we can see the difference in the lines being filled. It's not going to be perfect yet. We may have to do another coat, which is fine. But once we get the second coat down, we can always go back with our Bondo glazing and spot putty, fix any minor imperfections. I'm going to end up blowing these off. I use an air compressor to blow these off. You can use a tack cloth. You could even use, a damp paper towel to get the dust off. You want to always remove any dust before you apply any paint or anything to these, or even another coat of resin, just so that you're back to you know, a good surface that can hold paint or anything like that. Any dust particles or anything that you have on there, it will actually cause the paint to either bubble or even not stick later on down the line. But we'll get a picture here on the screen so that you can see that these are better than where they started, but we're going to speed up a little bit. I would probably put one more coat of resin on, but just to speed the video up a little bit, what I think we're going to do is go ahead and apply a coat of primer just so we can see any problem spots at this point. As you can see, they're relatively smooth at this point for as little work as we put into it. I've spent hours on parts like this before, just constantly sanding, spraying it with primer, sanding, repeating. But using the resin really has sped this process up for me, at least. I hope it helps you too. And stay tuned for some more videos, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next run. Okay, today on Cause 3D, we're going to show you how to get rid of those print lines that come straight off your bed. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into this. Oh, you're such an idiot. You fix it in post.